Man, welcome back to what I got going on, which is the Gangsta Jaketv TV series program. We're breaking down part one of Gangsta Jake, the end result of the Snitch. I'm taking you guys to the process that we went through. Remember, we ain't with all that motherfucking scripted shit. We ain't going back and forth. Whatever drops on the motherfucking show is what it's gonna be. We ain't got time to edit none of that bullshit because we got some other shit to do. We got a TV series to get to. This is the beginning process of putting a television series together. Therefore, we're gonna try to raise as much motherfucking capital as we can do, and we're gonna try to do it as professional as possible. I'm just playing. We ain't gonna be as professional as possible, but we're gonna do exactly what we need to do in order to make it happen. Because all BS aside, it takes a village to raise a family. This process is a lengthy process. It's very expensive, and by all means, with your participation, with your cooperation, with your help, guess what? It can happen, y'all. You can look up and see a TV series based on this book, based on the process going down right now. Look at the backdrop. We got a trailer. I'm gonna release a trailer to y'all tomorrow, so check me out tomorrow. I'm gonna release you guys a trailer. Tell me what you think about our process, our project, the end result of a Snitch. But without any further delay, I'm gonna jump right into this book and get into chapter 2. Pick it right up from yesterday. Chapter 2 is called The Meeting. Days after being released from custody, Gangsta Jake was feeling ready and getting, my bad. Days after being released from custody, Gangsta Jake was feeling good and ready to get in traffic. Before Michelle and Robin woke up for the morning, he jumped inside Michelle's rental car and headed toward the east side of Los Angeles. 3 days of laying up, having sex with Michelle, and eating good food was satisfying enough for him. He figured it was time to stretch his wings out a little. He heard it through the grapevine that his homeboys was having a gang meeting at South Park. He had not seen nor heard from 99% of them since his arrest in '92. Word had not hit the streets about his reversal, but that would soon change. Gangsta Jake put out of the motel on Century Boulevard, drove past a neighborhood in Inglewood called The Bottoms, and came to a red light on Century and Crenshaw Boulevard. 3 fine sisters walked in front of the car he was driving in. The cutest one turned toward him and waved. "Hey, cutie," he responded with the window rolled up. She was very sexy, but he was not pressed to be getting with any female outside of Michelle. His mind was focused on obtaining a bankroll, meeting up with some of his niggas whom he had not seen in years, and finding some of the stitches that helped put him and his partners behind bars. Gangsta Jake could not rest well knowing that there were snitches roaming his town, as he liked to put it. Instead of totally ignoring the 3 females, he pulled over and wrote down their information in order to hook the girls up with some of his homeboys in prison. He took 10 pictures of the 3 females. They did not mind the fact that he wanted to send the homies some, just some prison pictures right on the spot. To accompany the females' photograph and hookups, he would also send a photograph of, send a money order to every homie on the tier that he was tight with. He promised young lad he would arm himself with a disposable camera for the purpose of sending some flicks of females, and that's just what he did. Gangsta Jake understood firsthand how it felt to be stuck with a death sentence and not having any family, anyone supporting him. Before he and Michelle got together, he experienced some hard times. No commissary, love letters, naked flicks, or nothing. He was hit like good weed when it came to outside support. Michelle was definitely a blessing to him, and he would make sure to show his appreciation by loving and spoiling her forever. Once he conducted his business with the females, he hopped inside his ride and drove past Crenshaw Boulevard all the way to Slauson. He made a right turn onto Slauson, drove past the indoor swap meet, and came to another red light on Avalon Boulevard. As he passed up the Slauson swap meet, he thought about his main man, young lad, whom conviction relied on the testimony of the 2 security guards who worked at the swap meet. "Yeah, I'll be back to holler at some of you marks," he said to himself as he looked over at 2 security guards standing next to the swap meet entrance. "Robot motherfuckers. One of your bitch-ass homeboys got on the witness stand against my dog." He continued, "I'm going to come back and kill some of you rats. Watch." Gangsta Jake was a straight lunatic. He really felt he was obligated to rid the streets of snitches. Instead of making plans to get a job, settling down, and staying out the way, he was eager to do just the opposite. No one knew if it was the PCP he frequently smoked prior to going to jail that gave him the I don't give a fuck attitude, or the fact that he came from a broken family. But the boy truly did not have it all. He was truly smart, but lacked when it came to common sense, which a whole lot of us do that sometimes. So don't be a motherfucking Gangsta Jake out there, y'all. Be focused on your business. On Avalon Boulevard, Gangsta Jake made a left turn and drove to the liquor store on 51st Street. A group of his homeboys were hanging out at least 50 deep in the liquor store parking lot, with 100 or so by the swimming pool across the street at the park. Lil Boss Hogg and Cool Boo noticed a strange face and immediately went on the defense. Say, Loco, who is that fool getting out that fresh Lincoln Continental? Cool Boo asked Lil Boss Hogg while swaying back and forth on the empty 40-ounce bottle in his hand. I don't know, cuz, but I'm busting if he make any wrong moves. Gangsta Jake recognized how they were hawk-eyeing him and held up the Avalon gang sign with one hand and the three fingers representing the 5 trade with the other. After some long stares, Lil Boss Hogg realized who Gangsta Jake was. Gangsta Jake, is that you, cuz? I must be seeing a ghost. What's crackin' my nigga? Lil Boss Hogg was so happy to see him, he ran over and gave him a big bear hug. Second later, a whole bunch of other homies came over and embraced him as well. Man, they was happy as hell to see Gangsta Jake. It was like a ghost. This motherfucker come up out of nowhere. Like, nigga, where the fuck you been? And how the fuck you get out of the penitentiary on death row? This nigga had been responsible for killing a 5-year-old girl, remember? But in reality, Gangsta Jake did not kill that little girl. That's why he got his reversal. Let's move forward. A few more of his homies noticed the exchange and went over to embrace him as well. Then 10 more. Then 15 more came behind them. Before you knew it, every homie in the parking lot walked over and gave Gangsta Jake a hug. It was getting pretty deep in that parking lot. Cuz, we thought you was washed up, Bull Capone, smiling, reached his fat knuckle out and gave Gangsta Jake a dab. Cuz, why you didn't tell us you was coming home? We would have had a house party set up for you or something. Hell, cuz, I didn't really know I was coming home myself. But all that would not have been necessary without allowing Bogart, rest in peace to my boy Bogart, AIP boy, before allowing Bogart to say another word, right? Gangsta Jake cut him off by asking where was Ghost. That nigga left me on stuck and didn't send me a dime. We're about to have a meeting, so he should be putting up in a few. Before Bogart could say another word, Ghost turned the corner off of 51st Street onto Avalon Boulevard, driving his lowrider on 3-wheel motion. All eyes turned on Ghost as he hit the switches in order to make his lowrider go back and forth, up and down on 3 wheels, right? On all 4 wheels, my bad. He then hit the switches several more times to please his audience. His rags top 63 Impala was clean as a board of health. The deep black paint, triple gold 100 spokes, Dayton rims, and bumping sound system must have set him back at least $25,000, Gangsta Jake pondered to himself. This nigga got me fucked up. I'm trying to see him, homie. He told the few homies of his that stood next to him, right? With that OG status Gangsta Jake had throughout the hood, as well as the prison system, no one was going to challenge his pull. Ghost, unaware Gangsta Jake presence of Gangsta Jake's presence, parked his lowrider as usual, pancaked it on the ground, and walked up like any other day. Once he got within arm distance, Gangsta Jake fired on him with a hard left. Bitch ass nigga, you thought I was through with money, didn't you? Gangsta Jake caught him off guard and knocked him to the ground. Get your mark ass up, he told him before running up and yanking the Rolex chain off his neck. Nigga, give me this shit. And these car keys, nigga, give me this motherfucking shit, basically. While you at it. Give me these car keys while you at it. Gangsta Jake was getting off his chest what he had pondered doing for the past 12 years. A couple of youngsters who were unfamiliar with Gangsta Jake due to his absence ran up in an attempt to rescue Ghost from his ass whooping. Hold up, little homie. Big Joker swiftly stepped up and said to one of his trigger-happy little homies who clenched in his hand a brand new 9mm who he stole the night before. Shout out to my homeboy Big Joker, AIP. That's my main man, my road dog. And, you know what I'm saying? You locked up right now, boy. We're going to get that motherfucking, that number up off you. Thinking we're going to get you back. Because, boy, we love you out here on these streets, Joke. You know, you got a lot of love, a lot of respect. The homies want to see you out. And for a time, as programs like this become successful, you know, I can actually do some things. I can actually come help some homies out. I can actually, you know, send some homies some packets. You know, purchase some lawyers for some homies that really deserve this shit. Cause Joe, that's my boy. You deserve that. And you know, he used to be in Denver and everything with me. So that's my main nigga right there. I want to really try to help my nigga Big Joe get out. So that's pretty much where I was at. Basically, what he said, he was like, nigga, give me your shit and these car keys while you at it. Gangsta Jake was getting off his chest what he had partnered doing for the past 12 years. A couple of his homies, okay, I just mentioned that when I talked about Big Joker swiftly stepped up and said to one of his trigger-happy homies, okay, who clenched in his hand a brand new 9mm. That's the homie, that's the OG homie Gangsta Jake, who just got off the pen from doing a stretch. Everything's under control. Let's take it to the park, Ghost told Gangsta Jake as he stood on one knee and wiped away the fresh blood from his mouth, right? Oh, Ghost started getting a little hard now. He's like, nigga, hold up. Nigga, we can take it any way you want to take it. Gangsta Jake pulled off his shirt and led the pack of onlookers across the street to the park. His body was cut up like bad dope. His stomach, arm, and chest were ripped up like a professional bodybuilder. You can tell by the muscles he had that he was as strong as an ox. Gangsta Jake was not Ghost was not really trying to see him from the shoulders, but he obviously did not have a choice. Gangsta Jake had fired on him, took his Rolex and car keys. He had to at least try to gain back some of the points. Some of the points on how he was being carried. The 100 or so gangbangers at the park across the street saw a bunch of homies walking toward them and could not understand what was going on. As the two packs of thugs came closer in contact, the larger pack came to realize a fight was underway. Cuz, what the fuck is going on? And who the fuck is this nigga? Fat Daddy announced once the two crowds came in contact with one another. Horsehead thought he recognized the other guy as being Gangsta Jake. However, due to him receiving a death sentence, he felt that thought was out of the question. Fool, don't worry about what the fuck is going on. He gritted his teeth at Fat Daddy comment toward him. This is Gangsta Jake, original Avalon Gangsta Crip. You know who the fuck I am. At first glance, Fat Daddy could not tell who Gangsta Jake actually was. However, after hearing his name, it all registered. He and Gangsta Jake never really liked each other in the past. They had a few squabbles over the home girl, Trey girl, which led them to not seeing eye to eye. Gangsta Jake felt strong as an ox, like he could beat down anyone from the shoulders. He was hoping Fat Daddy. Wait, hold up, my bad. Damn. He was hoping Fat Daddy. Hold up, man. Hold up. Remember, we ain't doing no scripted shit, so we're gonna get this shit together. Hold on, y'all. Goddammit. Hold on, y'all. It's like it was a bug in my eye or something. That kind of fucked me up. Fat Daddy was shocked to see. Fat Daddy was shocked. Gangsta Jake was strong and solid, like he could beat down anyone from the shoulders. He was hoping Fat Daddy stepped further down the line so he could put hands on him. Fat Daddy was shocked to see Gangsta Jake. He wondered how could he be out of custody. He wanted to say something slick out his mouth about whether or not he had snitched to obtain his freedom, but he knew better to make such an allegation without having the paperwork to back up such a claim. Gangsta Jake was too swole and cut up to be talking shit. Just like Ghost, Fat Daddy did not want any problems, right? He did not want any problems. Boy, you's a fool. Horsehead finally spoke up and smiled as he cheerfully hunched his shoulder, placed the side of his fist up to his mouth. My little nigga is out. I'll be damned. Horsehead was a lightweight comedian as well as a big homie of Gangsta Jake, who he had a lot of respect for. Horsehead was 5 feet 10 inches, light skinned, and looked sort of like a horse from the neck up. The resemblance to a horse is how he got his name from back in the days. I wonder what my boy Horsehead. I ain't heard from my boy Horsehead since I put this book together. Horsehead, where the fuck is you at, nigga? I ain't heard from you in about 30 years. No, not 30 years, about 15 years. Actually, it has been about 30 because I hadn't, it took me like 12 years before I even put the book together. And then the book has been out for about 15 years. So damn, Horsehead, I ain't heard from you in about 30 years, nigga. Shout out to you, baby boy. Hope you out there doing good. Okay, Jake. How the fuck did you pull that one off? You a bad motherfucker, my nigga. It's good as fuck to see you. Horsehead placed his right arm around Gangsta Jake and pulled him off to the side. Man, fuck this square ass shit. Let your dog take you out to go get some pussy. I'm not about to sit up here and let you kill this nigga. Ghost or Jack yours off behind none of these clowns. Damn, nigga, you just got out. Don't you enjoy freedom? Can't none of them fools over there fade you from the shoulder. I already know your work, baby boy. I just don't like how a gang of these suckers have been carrying it out here, big homie. So, what happened? Did you win your case on appeal, escape, or what? I beat my shit on appeal, dog. I got that money order you shot my girl last Christmas and the message you gave my sister Angie. But Gangsta Jake had the look on his face that told Horsehead he wanted to get back to the situation he had created. But we'll talk later, folks. Let's deal with let me deal with this bullshit right now. Okay, dog, I'm gonna turn you loose. Take care of your business, but don't do nothing too stupid. Right? Gangsta Jake gave Horsehead a quick hug and walked back toward the drama. So what's poppin', Fat Daddy? Are you looking for a squabble or something? Homie, I ain't tripping on no old shit. We can leave the past in the past. I just didn't know what was going on. I just didn't know who you were and wanted to know what was going on in the set. Handle your scandal, dog. That's your business as far as I'm concerned. Fat Daddy bowed down and fell into the crowd of onlookers. Gangsta Jake's body looked way stronger and built up since the last time Fat Daddy saw him on the streets. Just as Horsehead suggested, he wasn't trying to see him. Let me get my car keys and shit back, Ghost finally asked in a pleading tone. Fool, you owe me this. I'm taking your shit. You already know what time it is. I stayed in prison 12 years behind your soft ass. You could have at least made sure my book stayed fat. The entire crowd remained silent, wondering if Ghost was going to defend the reputation he held, right? Because Ghost had a little rep, He wasn't just no square. He wasn't no buster. So he like, nigga, what's the business? Let's do this shit. I should be going in a circle socking a whole lot of you busters out for not looking out for the homies. When was the last time some of you marks sent the homies in the pen something? He walked up to Rabbit, a homie who he had not seen or heard from since his fall in 1992, and specifically said, I'm talking to you, nigga. He screamed in Rabbit's ear as if he was a drill sergeant giving one of his soldiers a command. Let me see. Rabbit thought about the question as he looked off into the clear sky. Bink, bink, bink. Gangsta Jake stole on Rabbit 3 times before knocking him out cold. Seconds later, he ran over to Fat Daddy and put a 2-piece on him. Then he ran over to 2 other homies who he heard were having money but not reaching out to the soldiers locked up in prison. Suddenly, Gangsta Jake's mind snapped. He went 51-50 on 4 more dudes in the pack. A couple of them tried to fight him back to no avail. They were no match for his strength. About 25 of his homegirls stood in the huddle, making wagers on which one he would choose to sleep with. They were all lusting over his body and infatuated with the demonstration he was putting down. You hook-ass niggas are out here getting all this bread, and you have real homies doing life sentence for the hood who can't even purchase a 25-cent soup off the commissary. Nigga, it's on every time I see you cowards if I haven't heard about y'all sending the homies some cheese. And these few thousands I took out you lame's pocket, I guarantee you will be sent to the homies on lockdown, Bloods and Crips. Yeah, I said it. I embrace some real red rags on my bit that I got way more love and respect for some of you punks. Those are the niggas who fed me for the first few years of being in prison. Handle your scandal, Horsehead told his little homie, told his young partner. Happy to see another real homie back on the scene. Ghost was not the toughest fella from the hood, but was not a straight coward either. He wasn't about to go out without a fight. Normally, he would have a 9mm Glock on hand, but due to crass sweating the neighborhood so hard, he left his gat in the house. Bad choice, right? Bad choice. You can't just take my car keys in pieces like that, homie. Gangsta Jake had him so shook up he was stuttering. What you gonna do about it? Take them back if you want them. He clowned Ghost by holding his car keys and chain in the air. Several people, mostly females, broke out in laughter at the way he was getting clowned at Ghost's expense. Ghost definitely wanted his shot at getting his things back. The two squared off and fought like two wild animals. By engaging in so many scuffles, Ghost was hoping Gangsta Jake would be worn down and not able to perform at the level he did earlier. Ghost was also a big boy who had a halfway decent squabble. However, he could not fade Gangsta Jake's strength and swiftness. After 60 seconds of solid blows being exchanged, Ghost found himself in a daze. Gangsta Jake did not give him any action. Once he dazed Ghost, he followed up with a haymaker that put him on his back. Ghost was knocked the fuck out in La La Land. Gangsta Jake was overwhelmed to finally be able to serve Ghost and the other homies who weren't contributing to the fallen soldiers. He wanted to do more than beat them down, but was not a complete fool to go out like that in front of a crowd full of people. He thought about all the time he had wasted behind a snitch and felt the pack of behind a snitch and left the pack of onlookers. Boy, Gangsta Jake is a goddamn fool. Am I lying? Gangsta Jake told Horsehead to drive off in the rental car he put up in while he did the same in the 63 Impala he just jacked Ghost for. Ghost would have to love to... my bad. Ghost would have loved to kill Gangsta Jake for the way he clowned him in front of everybody, but outside of doing a drive-by shooting, he was not cut to be a cold-blooded killer. Instead of getting himself twisted up in some drama he was not trying to be a part of, he accepted the damage and became a buster throughout the hood. That's the end of part 2. Stop that press, sweetheart. Don't you touch that dial. We still got some more things to talk about. Just want to let you guys know that, man, we got some great books, man. Out here on the road, we got, as I mentioned, Gangsta Jake, the End Result of a Snitch. Man, check the book out, man. Give us a shot, man. We trying to get this damn project going. We trying to get this film cracking. We ain't begging, but we grinding, baby. Check us out, Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. You can DM me on my Instagram, which is Nyerere third, Nyerere third. That's my Instagram. Check me out there. Get the first book, man. When you get through with that one, I guarantee you're going to want this one right here, because that motherfucker right there is a continuation of the first one. He's still up to his bullshit. He ain't learned nothing at the time, as I mentioned all the time. But this third one, that motherfucker changed his whole life up. Because a lot of things went on in them first 3 books right there. That's a trilogy, y'all, just to let y'all know. That's 1, 2, 3 books. It's a combination. Boom, boom, boom. Like when you squabble, you got to get it up good. You can't just throw one blow. Sometimes you got to throw 1, 2, and hit a motherfucker with the haymaker. But what I'm saying is this. Check out them books, man. Those some great selections, man. In addition to that, I wrote a whole nother book, man. This is called Can't Get Enough. Took the time to write the book, so take the time to buy the books, if you will. And it wasn't easy writing these books, y'all. Just to give you a little bit of background about myself. As I mentioned a little bit earlier in the first episode, man, I done been to the state. I done been to the feds. I've done nearly 20 years in both systems. I actually was convicted of federal bank robbery. And I went to the the federal correctional facility for 14 years. Ended up getting up out that motherfucker, man. And here I am now. I'm on the path to get this motherfucking TV series shot up. If that ain't enough reading for you, check my little brother book out right here. It's Nyerere Jase. He's also an author. He's also on the path to help me with this process and also get his shit going. At some point, we got to turn the page on the bullshit. If we don't, guess what? A motherfucker gonna be sitting back up in prison, a part of recidivism. I ain't trying to be part of none of that. So I'm gonna keep my path to this motherfucking TV series until it gets shot. Because guess what? As you guys sit and read the stories that I'm about to read to you guys and roll these episodes out, them same episodes are gonna be on a TV series. It's gonna be something you can sit down and watch and relate to. And by the way, I'm gonna actually drop the trailer to the Gangsta Jaketv series. I'm gonna drop the trailer real soon, so be on the lookout for that. I might do it tomorrow, so just be on the lookout for that. But I appreciate you guys coming to my channel. Man, hit that like button, man. Don't forget to hit them likes, hit them smashes, because guess what? That's what the fuck we here for. We gonna keep it real, keep it 100 on this show. We trying to get likes, we trying to get support, we trying to get this film out, and we already know if this shit go and blow, that shit gonna go and blow. These other books gonna go and blow. This story gonna go and blow. My In the Whip Wednesday production gonna go and blow, which is hosted by Avalon Blue. Shout out to Avalon Blue. And before you guys know it, we're gonna be interviewing people in the Whip Wednesday. Avalon Blue gonna be interviewing. I'm not gonna be doing it. My bad. He's gonna be doing it, but I'm gonna be assisting him in doing it because this is what we do. This is the A-team. We represent each other. It's a cartoon over there. We represent him as well. If there's anything that he need, we come together. This is what we do as a team as well. We work with each other. So by all means, support the movement. You guys, we representing the real. We ain't on no bullshit. We out here trying to make this thing happen. And shout out to all those that's really trying to bring this thing together, and stop the motherfucking war that we got cracking. I'm not saying that's my path. I'm not a activist, if you will. I'm an author. I have a story that tells you how we can actually end the war, the gang war that's been going on over 50 years. But I don't have the patience to be on the drum out here trying to get in the middle of these squabbles and stop these dudes from this drama. If that's what they want to do, I suggest you don't, but do it. But think before you do this shit, because there's consequences behind this shit, man. We lose a lot of lives behind gangbanging, homie. A lot of people die. Mothers, brothers, sisters, babies, my nigga, innocent bystanders. Do we really want this motherfucking shit perpetuated forever? I mean, this shit was really cracking in my generation. We really gangbang. I'm not saying y'all really gangbang now, but does any of it make sense? Whether we gangbang then, y'all gangbang now, or whatever the fucking case is, when people are losing lives over mostly a situation that happened years ago that we don't even have no real connection to, other than the fact that it was a part of our set, a part of our history that one of our homies got killed or whatever. I mean, which all praise to the homies is gone. Rest in peace. But we have to move forward, and we have to, live for those that actually are gone. So with that being said, I'm not gonna be preaching on this channel, because that ain't what the fuck I do. Because I'm an artist, I produce content, I give you a vision of what I have in my thought, and ultimately, you guys will see the vision right here. So, with that being said, without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys slide up out of here. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, let people know about the Gangsta Jaketv story. Check me out. I'm here. I'm available. And as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to see you from the top, at the top. See you later.